Hey guys, it's Megan, and welcome once again to Allie's Books and Movies. Today I have with me the bulk of my books that I read for August, so this is my August wrap-up. I'm not going to dwell too much on the books, especially because I did a video a little while back of mini reviews, which I will link down below. And let's get started. The first book I have here was Landline by Rainbow Rowell. It's also the first book that I did a vlogging book review of, and so I will link that down below as well. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and I highly recommend that you pick this one up. I'm so glad that I've discovered Rainbow Rowell. She has definitely become one of my favorite contemporary young adult authors in such a short amount of time. The next book that I read was Jane the Fox and Me by Fanny Britt. I mentioned that in my mini reviews video as well. Simply put, I loved it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and particularly enjoyed the artwork that went along with it. I loved it. It made me really excited to go to art school next week and do like pencil drawing and charcoal and watercolor. Yeah. The next one I read was Skim, written by Mariko Tamaki and illustrated by Jillian Tamaki. This is the second book that I've read by the Tamaki cousins. The first one was This One Summer, which I also recommend that you pick up because it was amazing. Just beautifully drawn, all in purple, really pretty. I gave Skim a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and so I recommend that. The next one that I have is Page by Page by Laura Lee Gullidge. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads because it was amazing. I loved the story. I loved the artwork. Laura Lee Gullidge is just amazing. I highly recommend that you pick up this one and Will and Wit. I still have to pick up Will and Wit, and because I know it's going to be a book that I read over and over again because I loved it so much. The next one that I have was Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I gave that also 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads because it was such an amazing book. It was the perfect summer read, truly, and one of the favorite books that I've read over the summer. I blew through it in like a day or two, probably because I spent so much time on the bus in those 2 days, but I just couldn't put it down. The next one that I have was Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. Beautiful, beautiful story. I also gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was amazing. I love that Anna wants to be like the #1 film critic of North America because that's what I want to be too. And I love that it was all set in Paris and that Paris was essentially a main character of the plot. But yes, after that I followed up by reading Lola and the Boy Next Door. That one I believe I also did a review for, which I will link down below. I found that one really good as well, and I would also love to read Island Happily Ever After. That's the third and final book in the sort of companion series by Stephanie Perkins. I've heard a lot of good things and not so good things about it, so I kind of want to read it and judge it for myself. So yeah, I plan to do that. The next book that I read was Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was very, very good, and I love the magical realism. If you read A.S. King's work, she does magical realism in that there is a character that I don't want to say isn't real, but it's like, or that it's imaginary, but that's essentially what it is. The main character imagines them and communicates with them, and they give their opinion, they make facial expressions, and it contributes to the plot. It's quite often like humor related, but at the same time, I think it was centrifugal to the plot and character development. I really liked it. So in this case, Everybody Sees the Ants features ants. In Ask the Passengers, it featured Socrates. So I'm interested in seeing, like, you know, for the progression of A.S. King's novels, like, you know, every time I read a new book by her, I'm going to wonder where the magical realism is and what character is going to come of that. So yeah, recommend that. I do. The next, well, it's not a book, it's a series, a manga series that I have started, and I only have one here with me right now, but Wandering Sun by Shimura Takako. I'm sorry, I butchered the name. But I read volumes 1 through 7 so far. I believe there are 14 or 15, And fortunately, my boyfriend's found the rest of it for me in English online because I can't wait, like, you know, for these to be published in English every year. It would take me forever to finish the series, and I don't want to do that. But for the ones that I've read so far, I've given 5 out of 5 on Goodreads for all of them, and it's just really, really good. I highly recommend that you pick this up and try to find the rest of it online because it is really, it's addictive. I love it so far. The next book that I have was Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I can totally understand why everybody's talking about this. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I think I might want to do a video about it because everybody seems to have been doing a video about it, and there's a lot to talk about in this book, and I would like to talk about it myself. So I probably will. The next book that I have is The Doll People by Anne M. Martin. I probably mentioned this in my August TBR video, but Anne M. Martin wrote The Babysitter's Club and Babysitter's Little Sister, and I read all the time as a kid. So I was interested to see, like, you know, read one of her more recent works, and it was so good. I'm definitely going to be picking this up for my kid, for sure, because it's really, really good. I love that it melded history and modernism together. I was worried that the dolls, like the old dolls, would not get along with the new dolls, and there'd be some sort of fight about that. But no, they hit it off right away. I like the artwork. I think it's cute. I'm definitely going to pick it up. I think it's only $8. So this is a library copy, by the way. But I think I'm going to pick it up sometime, or like put it on a wish list, I think. But I gave this 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. The next book that I have is Swallow Me Whole by Nate Powell. This one was kind of a head scratcher for me. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I don't know. I didn't like it too much. I thought, like all the little blurbs say, I think the author tackled the idea of schizophrenia and depression for a teenager very, very well. The artwork wasn't bad either. I know that I liked that, you know, in a lot of graphic novels, they keep the dialogue, the only dialogue that is necessary, like the main characters, and then anybody else in the background is just like, it's like they're not talking. In this case, he adds like a ton of speech bubbles. And even if you don't see all the dialogue, you still see like little squiggles, and it's implied conversation, and that made it more realistic for me. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know if I'd recommend this or not, but if you're into that kind of thing, like depression and schizophrenia and coming of age, or not coming of age, because I don't know what happened in the ending, really. I don't know if she committed suicide or what exactly happened. I can't seem to find anywhere online what actually happened either. So it's kind of a mystery. So if you're into that, then pick this one up. But yes. The next one that I had was A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This I highly anticipated. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I had mixed feelings about this. I can see why Patrick Ness is such a well-celebrated author. He is very, very good. And this was a very good concept. My biggest problem that I had with it was that it was just like one big, long funeral. It was just all sadness all the time. And maybe if you're depressed, that's how you feel like life is, just one big sad part, but it just didn't seem very realistic to me. And the fact that it was so short, I don't know. It clearly was meant to be that way, and I'm glad that he took this idea from Siobhan Dowd and adapted or developed it the way she wanted to. Apparently, she passed away unexpectedly at age 47. Or, well, passed away too soon, I believe, from cancer. I'm not 100% sure. I believe it was cancer. But he adapted her idea, and it was a good idea, and I really, really did love the artwork. I thought it was very well done. I might, if I found this, like, say, I don't know, in Value Village or something, I might pick it up for myself because I do think it's culturally significant, but again, I had mixed feelings about it. The next book that I had was Reality Boy by A.S. King. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I love A.S. King. I can totally see why Ariel Bissett loves A.S. King. She's amazing. This, I believe, is her most recent one. The next one that's coming out is Gloria O'Brien's History of the Future. That's coming out around my birthday, and I cannot wait to get it. This one also had magical realism in it. It was good. I must say. It was good. I gave it a 5 out of 5. I might have said that already. You'll notice this is here. That is because my boyfriend became curious. Curiosity got the better of him, and he picked it up and he's almost done it, and he finds it as addictive as I did and hard to put down. The next one that I read was A Bear Called Paddington by Michael Bond. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars and can't believe that I have never read it before. It's so good. I used to watch the show on Teletoon all the time. I did. And now I can't wait for the movie to come out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my first book movie tie-in video on Paddington and review both of them at the same time. So that won't come out until at least Christmas, because that's when the movie comes out, is at Christmas. But for now, I will definitely say this was very good. I'd love to get this edition because it's so pretty. The illustrations on the inside are colored and it was really pretty, but still, definitely recommend as a classic children's tale. The next one that I have is The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle. It's been forever since I've seen the movie. I would have been really, really young when I saw it, but I want to see it again. And it was the cover and just how beautiful it looked that attracted it to me in the first place. And the artwork is stunning. Very stunning. I liked the story a lot. I want to rewatch the movie, and then I want to read the actual novel, but I do want this graphic novel of it because look how pretty. It's so pretty. And I love pretty things. Yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Goodreads if I didn't say that already. And I thought it was very good. The next one that I have is True Love, A Practice for Awakening the Heart by, okay, I know, I learned how to pronounce it. I did. Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh. That is how you pronounce his name. This was it was a quick read, but it was so informative, it was so profound. I had so many moments while reading this book. I thought it was very good, and I highly recommend it. It's probably something I'm going to reread and just keep with me always because it's just like a little... I loved it. I thought it was very good. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars as well. And the last book that I have is Who Could That Be at This Hour by Lemony Snicket. It's the first book in the All the Wrong Questions series, which I guess is a prequel to a series of unfortunate events. And it takes place, well, from Lemony Snicket's actual perspective. And I didn't like it very much, I must say. I only sort of got into it around halfway through. I think maybe I was just really missing a series of unfortunate events, and so I kept that in my head the whole time, and I've got to stop doing that, or reread a series of unfortunate events, which I might actually do. But I ended up giving this 4 out of 5 stars. I started the second one, When Did You See Her Last? And I'm liking that a bit more, so I think I might just like pick up on that and like it more as I go along. But for now, I will say that we'll see. That is what I will say, is that we'll have to wait and see whether or not I recommend this as a series. So those are the books that I have for my August wrap-up. That's a lot. Oh. That's all I have for today. But thank you for watching this video, and I will see you soon with, I don't know, I think I will be doing my, oh, I do have a library haul to do, and I think I'm going to do that soon. And yeah, I will see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye!